What's going on, guys? I'm back here with a quick unboxing and some slight testing. Just got this in the mail a couple of days ago. Had a little bit of an issue with it. I guess it came completely dead. So while I was doing the unboxing and stuff for it, I kind of just deleted that one and start again. So I almost thought it didn't work. So I got this here for a low price of $23. So 23 bucks what I paid for it on Amazon, the same eBay. So I thought it was a pretty good deal considering I've seen it in many other places for going for about at least maybe $35. So there's absolutely really not anything on the box that's important except for this. So if you want to pause the screen and check that out, you could. But there is some important things like the actual things it emulates and the 2.8 IPS screen. So it's not bad. They give you a little preview over here. Alright, sorry about that, guys. I seem to have gotten interrupted, but this is the console's name, so if you're going to look around for it, it's called the RG99. So let's go ahead and open this up. Box is pretty good if you're a box collector. I'll put this right here. We'll take that, put it there, and we'll take all the rest of the stuff out the box so we can see what's in the box. So we get a decent manual here, which isn't too bad. It's good enough. It'll get the job done for sure, and it actually gives you information that you will need. This is our charging cable, which isn't too bad, guys. It's all right. It's even a C, so you got a Type C charger. Really good. The cable itself is decent, but the fact that it has a C port is really good because they're more reliable. So we'll put that in there, and then it had this SD card right here, which is really different. I never seen them with the SD card out of the device, and I'm trying to get this clear so we could see what is that. How many gigs is that? And this thing will not focus. 16 gigs. There it is. So you get a 16 gig SD card. We'll go ahead and drop that out, put that in there. Put this over here, this right here. You know what? Wait a minute. Let's go ahead and take the handheld out. And we'll just put the bag in there real quick. Put this back down. Alright, so here we go, guys. This is the handheld itself. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. Okay, so it looks really good, guys. Really good for the money. It feels like a premium device. It doesn't feel cheap at all. The buttons are color, like the SNES, the Japan version. You got your Allen R buttons over here, which feel decent. The whole thing feels really good, guys. This device feels pretty decent in the hand. It doesn't feel cheap. So let's go over the rest of this. So you got your SD card slot there, and your on and off is there. Your volume knob is there, and there is nothing there. And then we got our this doesn't have an AV out, so it's just your headphone jack, your C port for charging, and that is it. I don't know if you can connect this to the computer and get it to show up, but more likely it probably won't. So let's go ahead and take this screensaver off. And this is a 2.8 inch screen. 2.8. That's not too bad. Let me get this, clean this off real quick. and let's turn it on. So let's go ahead and take this SD card and pop this in. Is it going this way or this way? I think it goes in that way. So let me pop that in real quick. Almost, come on. There we go. Got it in there. Okay, so it feels pretty good. You got your select and start that are made of plastic. They're not rubber. I always like them when they're rubber. You got two extra buttons here that I'm not really too sure what they do, but it does feel really good, guys, in the hand. Feels really good. So let's go ahead and turn it on. And when I turn this on, there seems to be some sort of rumble feature built in. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it is definitely vibrating. I do not know if that's so far. I have tried it, guys, because it's not a true unboxing. I should have said that in the beginning, but I did kind of tell you guys that it was a redone video. So I did try it, and I didn't feel any of those rumble effects in any of the emulators I played with. So I don't know. Maybe the rumble feature is for another. Maybe it just doesn't work in this handheld, but it is there. This handheld reminds me a lot of the retro game. We'll take a look at that real quick so I can show you guys. But it is now on. You can see it's got a really cheap interface here, and this is exactly like I have seen before. So you got a video player. You can play videos. Your camera, you can look at pictures here, and it does have a pretty good viewing angles are great, and the image quality is good too because it is an IPS screen. Let's see this. So you see that looks great. I'm not gonna keep playing it because I don't know, maybe it's copyrighted or not. You got your music here, which it does play, and it gives you like a little EQ. um, you know, over here is your file explorer to look for your games. I mean, this is your ebook, so you can read off of this. And there is your file explorer. So if you put ROMs and stuff, you got to go through here to sometimes get them to show up, or just to go through it, period. So you can explore around through your SD card. And these are just the settings of the console. You can change its background themes, how loud it is, and also the screen brightness. So it does come with quite a few features, not a lot, just a few, but it does have them. You can change this theme to that. But the only reason why I'm using this theme right now is because I can see a little better in the background. So let's go ahead and go to the real part. We're all interested in the actual game quality. So if we press the first one, which is the actual memory on the device, let's go ahead and kill some of these lights here so we can take a good look at how this works. So we're left with this. Okay, so right here you guys can see there's the games. They do have an image. Metal Slug is here. These are Game Boy Advance. Now we're getting into some arcade games, and I will go into an arcade game because that is exactly what I want it for. So we'll let this load up real quick. All right, it looks like it already loaded, and you can these buttons don't really do anything, guys, but it does it does brighten up the screen, and you can lower down the screen, the dimness with this. Not here, but in the front menu you can press it, or I think even during gameplay. I'm not really too sure, but I know for sure when you're like not playing a game, you can press these and it will dim and lower the screen, the brightness. All right? And the only thing I noticed, this thing had some bad sound. And not the actual speaker, the sound chip they're using or something just ain't working right there. But it does look really good, guys. I mean, that looks really good. Let's see if I can show it to you like this. Probably it'll come in worse. I knew it just gets worse like this. Let's turn this light back on. And that just looks good, guys. I mean, it seems to run most of these arcade games pretty good. And I'm telling you, the screen quality is really good. For $23, I will leave the link in the description, just in case someone wants to grab one of these before the price goes back up. I hope the price is still the same, because this is pretty good. For $23, I mean, it feels really well made. So let's get out of here. You just press start and select together, and you can save, and you can also load, and that is pretty much it. And we're back into the main menu here, and there's a whole bunch of games here. Some of these are arcade, some of them are NES, and some of them are Game Boy Advance, some of them are Super Nintendo. So it ran okay. I think this is Super Nintendo. We'll go into that. Let this load up really fast. Yeah, it did okay. I guess I'm playing some of the other ones. It played Sega pretty decent. It played GBA okay as well. It didn't do too good though. I mean, it has its flaws, guys, like every one of these devices. So that's full blast the sound. Let's go ahead and press start. So this is Aliens vs. Predators for Super Nintendo, and it's doing alright, guys. It's not that bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here because I don't want to spend too much time. But everything here is it's kind of like a hit and miss every now and then. Looks like it got frozen there. It's the first time it's ever done that. All right, we'll turn it back on again. Let's go to the SD card now. And when loading up the SD card the very first time, it may take some time. So now here's the rest of the games. They come with it on the 16 gig card, and it does have quite a few. And there are a whole mixture of games in here, like you got your arcade games, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Game Boy Advance, and Sega itself. I think that's pretty much it. I don't remember if it had any more. Those are the ones I've seen to use the most. Really, I got this for arcade games. And you can see the sound sounds kind of horrible a little bit. I don't know. The sound is just not right. The emulation is decent, but the sound quality is just horrifying sometimes. Not all the time, just sometimes. Like Willow, it kind of sounds horrible, but it'll get the job done. Alright, so he's dead. And you get out like this. And it should just exit. It does kind of sometimes take its time to get out of there. So let's go into something else here. Let's see if I can find something with GBA. There's Game Boy Advance here. The Sims. Where do we go here? Let's see. So there's one. I don't even think it can run Batman Begins. That's a kind of tough game to emulate. But we'll go ahead and check. So we'll let this load up. And it does take these some time to load up, almost to where you're thinking it maybe froze. So if you click on a game, it may not just pop up within a few seconds. It's going to take about maybe 1 whole minute sometimes. So it seems to be running this. I don't think it's going to run it right though, because this game is very difficult to run on cheap devices. Yeah, I knew it wasn't going to run. See that? It sounds horrible. This is not even acceptable, so this is not playable. I'm going to go ahead and get out of there. so let's go into another GBA game here. Let's go into something that everyone plays. There's Doom. It does not play Doom. I don't know why that's in there. Trying to look for some type of Mario. The Star Wars was here. We'll go ahead and load that up. It's one of the games I like messing around with. See that? I'm just gonna let it. It does take some time to load up. It even takes longer than that. Some arcade games take even longer. So don't assume right away it's frozen. Just give it a long time to load, and then you'll start to understand how long it can take sometimes to load something. Let's get out of there. I was messing around with this one already. And it seemed to run this game pretty good. I noticed the rest of these games, it runs good, but anything that's a little harsh like 3D, it's gonna struggle. But all these 2D based ones run pretty good. And they look great too, guys. It just looks really good. Alright, see, there it is. It is skipping a couple frames, and that does kind of suck because it messes with my eyes a little bit. But for most people, they don't really notice, I guess. So you see, that works. So we'll get out of here. Let's go into another arcade game if I can find one. They're all the way up on the top here. Or let me see if I can find an NES game. Alright, just loaded up Sega Genesis real quick. And this is one of those ROMs that takes a cool minute to load up. But it does work. In the end, it does work. Man, I hate these games that want you to do this. Come on. Just let me... Oh, man. Wrong game to pick. Just get out of there, man. Let me choose another one here. We got Sonic Advance 3. We'll let this load up. I'm telling you, they take time to load up, guys. See that? It's taking its sweet time. Oh man, what is it with these games and this? Can I just get to the damn game? And frozen. Oh, wait a minute. Let's go into gameplay. Sounds okay. Alright, let this load up. Looks pretty good too. Let's see if I can skip this. This is getting way too long here. What is going on here? Like it's just not responding. Or I'm just so much in a rush that it's not. I'm like pressing everything here and I'm not getting anywhere. And it's also got some pretty bad quality there going on. But I guess actual gameplay isn't too bad. Not really too good at this game. I never played this one. But it looks really good though. So let's go ahead and exit. I'm gonna see if I can find NES for us. Alright, so it loads up NES almost instantly. And I put on Spy Hunter there. It looks really good, nice and crisp. That is one thing about it. It looks really good. the volume seems to be all the way up for the NES, and it's not really loud at all, you know? But it could be just this game. Man, that just looks really good, guys, and I mean, just really good. It looks so much better in person. You know how these handhelds are, and they just need to be looked at in person, you know? But overall, it's a decent handheld. I've heard some pretty bad things about this handheld, and that is the reason why um, I never bought it. But now that I bought it, I kind of wish I would have gotten it earlier. It's a decent handheld, but I'm really glad that I got it for the price that I did. And this is what it looks like. Remember, I told you earlier. So this is the retro game here. This is a Game Boy Advance only, and it does play NES. And but through it's a little bit of a hassle. You got to convert them with Goomba, but you can play some of your games though. Game Boy, I mean, all it plays all of Game Boy Advance, but some of the Game Boy and Game Boy Color games you're gonna have to convert them. And you guys could see this looks really good. This is a nice handheld too, and this one goes for a little more higher price than this one, and that is because emulation is a lot better on this one. But it's the same thing, guys. I mean, it's the same thing. Watch. See if I let this load up. They even use the exact same interface. See that? They don't have the exact same games, but they use the exact same interface, and it works really good, guys. This is a really decent handheld. But we're talking about this one, and for the price for 23 bucks, look at that battery. It's just huge. And the SD card alone is worth 23 bucks, sort of. That no, I'll take that back because it's probably just a cheap SD card, but 16 gig is not bad. You know, you get those for like 10 bucks now at the store. So online you get them for like 6 bucks, maybe less, but at the store you get it for like 16 bucks. You know, so that's not bad. It's I only paid 23, and it does a pretty good job at what it does. And it does run NES really good, and it runs Game Boy Advance decent. The arcade games are decent too, but some of them don't run as well. But it's a decent overall. I would say I got my money's worth. Way more than what I get sometimes with the other handhelds. I got my money's worth, $23. So that's the end of this one, guy. The RG99, not a review, just an unboxing. Just wanted to show you guys something that I'm adding to my collection. Um, it's a really nice handheld. I hope one day maybe someone can hack it and we can put a different interface. But this is how you lower the screens. See that? And you can brighten it up with this one. Not bad. It looks really good, guys. I would say it's worth the money. I'll put the link in the description. It's from Amazon, so it's a decent. It's gonna come to your house in a decent amount of time, and you know they have decent service as well. So I'll leave the link in the description, guys. It's the RG99, which is not bad for 23 bucks, guys. Feels pretty good in the hand. It's a C port, C type charger, so really good for the price. So thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I will be back with some RC stuff. I just recently bought a RC car and a drone, so we'll get that on the channel as soon as I can. So thanks a lot for watching, guys.